So I was saying that we're going to look at Power Query, and then Power Query is one of it's like an inbuilt automated way of transforming data using Microsoft. And after you transform your data, it becomes available for you, and the subsequent data that is going to come, you don't have to go through the rigorous process again to transform it before you can make meaning to it. You just need a click and to go. Now let's look at how Power Query works. So I'm already on my screen. So I just have to go to my desktop. And so the first thing to do when you have your Power Query is to make sure that all your data are kept in books, individual books, not in sheets. So let them be kept in different books. And now you save each of the book with a very proper title and then put all of them together. So I have an example here. So as you can see, this is a report for 2022, report 2023, 2024, and 2021 here. And all of them are put together in this folder called Jata Cement. So I'm just assuming a yearly production, output, or report of a Jata Cement. So let's see how it looks like. So it's it while I don't know why it's so okay. So when we come to this point, you see this is the origin. The packages that's actually the number of cement bags that were delivered. So obviously there shouldn't be any dollar sign here, but you get a dollar sign there. So maybe we can just do this and come and click this. So we don't, or we can come here. Okay, let me leave it. It should be part of the cleaning. So we have everything just like you. What is this? You are looking at it. But this data is not structured in the manner. As you can see here, there is some XX over there for promotions and then all of that. Though all of those are supposed to be removed. Here you can see together with uh, customer ID together with the customer name. So these are the people who are purchasing or who are making orders from Jet Investment. So Modern House, Economic Housing State. So uh, their names and then their IDs are not supposed to be together. So we need to clean that up. And then maybe we have revenue cost, we don't have profit, so we could calculate that as well. Then we check when somebody orders cement, how long does it take for it to be delivered? So as you can see, order date, delivery date. So we're going to transform the data and then put some analysis on it. And after that, subsequent data that is going to come from Jata Cement. If you are a data analyst, you don't have to go through rigorous process again in order to do the analysis. No. So all you just need is when the data come, you simply now plug it into your working directory and the cleaning will be done automatically. So let's see how this works. So I'm cleaning. Okay, I'm not going to save it. So like I said, first of all, you have to create a folder either on your desktop or your downloads and make sure that all the data that you have, you keep them together. So here, because I want you to this works, I'm going to take one of the data. I'm going to take 2024 data out, like this, back to desktop, and leave only 3 years. So let's say this data have come. So in Power Query, you are able to merge all the data together and then clean them at once, and you're able to make meaning from it. So let's see, we could actually do 2 years, we could do 1 year, and after that, we add any other data and it will be updated. But for time's sake, I'm going to do the three at the same time. So once we have it this way, we are good to go. The first thing we now do is to come and then launch a fresh Microsoft Excel sheet. So come and click on Microsoft, which is opening, and give it some little while. I don't know. So we open a blank book, which is here. So when we have this particular sheet, which is here. Keep note of it. Is sheet one. So when you have your blank sheet like this, your desktop, which is your desktop here, which is here. So I'll be alternating for you to see. So when we come to the fresh Microsoft sheet like this, go and click on data. So you have your data tab. And the next thing is this right hand side where you see get data. This particular section is called a Power Query. That's where the actual Power Query is within it. But all the tools you see here, the commands you see here are all part of Power Query. So the first thing you do is import the data. And so we can import data from file, from database, from Azure, from any Power Platform, and then we can actually combine queries and then in that order. So we are importing our data from, we are using a file, so we want to import it from a folder. We've already created the folder I showed you. The name is Jata Cement. So we just click on folder. It's going to take us, allow us to be able to go to our desktop and look for. So we come to our desktop here, and then we look for, this is the Jata Cement, because we say we are importing the folder. So you click on that, come and click open, and watch what will happen. This is a little bit of advanced Excel, so you need to pay attention. So now the data sets, the three of them are all here. So, and then all their extensions and the variables, date modified, and what all of them are here. Now come down here, you will see this combine. So click on the drop down arrow, you see combine and transform. That's the reason why we are doing this. But you can also combine and just load it, or you can combine and load it to a different device. If you don't want to do any transformation, you can just load it, or you can also just transform without loading it. All of this is for your preference, but for in our case, we want to combine and transform. So we click on combine and transform and wait a little bit because it's evaluating the query. And then wait a little bit. And so, yes. So this particular pop-up thing is going to come. And then the first thing to consider is this particular sample file here. When you click here, you can see select either the first, maybe the 2 years, or you can select maybe one, or in any case. But if you want all of them, leave it at the first file. And then that's just, okay. Then you come down, see sheet one, this particular sheet one here. So we simply come and then click on that. And then you see that the data that we are trying to combine have all been combined and loaded. You see, they are all here. If we scroll this way, we can see the entire data with some empty columns. If we go up, we can also see some of them. Not all of them, they are all loaded, but not all are displayed. So the next thing is to simply click OK. And then wait a little bit, actually load it. It takes a little bit of time. And so it's loading. Wait to see how it's going to work. And now this is our Power Query platform. Now, the ribbon you see on top here is no more Excel. Now, if you check on top there, you will see Power Query Editor. This is now our Power Query. On top where my cursor is actually scrolling, that's where we see Power Query over there. Now, we can now do all the transformation that we need to do on the data before we can now come and close it, then load it. So if you see the tab that is active right now is Transform. The Transform, what is it? Tab is what is now. So we were at home. Okay, we can come to here and then we are good to go. Now, the first thing to do is check on the first column. We don't actually need it. This particular first column, we don't need it. So we delete it. So how do we delete? Come to the column name.name, right click it. You will see remove down here. You click on that. So and that column is now. Bear in mind, whatever that you are doing on Power Query at this particular point, particular apply steps, all the steps are being recorded on the right hand side of your screen. So you take note of that. What action you have taken, then it will record it around here. And memory is what is going to guide Power Query the next time you bring in data. Now, when we check the next column, order ID, so you notice that there were some of the information that was not part of the actual orders, but they were meant for, let's say, XX here. We need to remove it. That particular data is not necessary. So come and click on the drop down arrow. Because they are characters, they will be at the bottom. So you see bottom here, come and click here and then click OK. And so all of that will be cleaned up. Now, we now have a clean data in terms of row-wise. But we come in again and come and look at this particular column. You notice that customer ID as well as the customer name are all combined into one. This cannot be. They're supposed to be in separate columns. So we need to split this particular column into customer ID and customer name. How do we do that? You click on that variable and go on top. You will see split column. So click on the down arrow. What are you going to use to split them? So you are either going to use a delimiter, or you're going to use characters or numbers or push. Each of this, I can give you a tutorial on it if you need. So we use delimiter. So the delimiter hyphen. but we can't be sure whether there are spaces or there are no spaces. So I'm just going to click on that hyphen and press my back key as many times as possible. Now come and give one space bar, then bring the hyphen there, another space bar, and that becomes our separator. And then we can see the hyphen here. There are spaces both right and left side. So when we are done, we simply come and say we are going to split it. But we now have customer ID 1, customer ID 2, because the initial name was customer ID. So we have to now rename one of them. So we come and double click here and then remove the one here and leave only customer ID. Now we come here, it's no more customer ID 2, it's now customer name over there. So we've succeeded in splitting the two columns, and we are now okay to go. Now the next thing is looking at the number of packages delivered, the total number of cement bags that were delivered to each customer. As you can see, supplement housing, the customer ID, order ID, and then number of cement. And now this is the revenue, the cost. But at least we need to have some profit. What is that? There's no anywhere, so we need to calculate that. So in order to calculate profit, we need to subtract the cost from the revenue. Okay. And now in Power Query, wherever you click first is very important. For instance, is revenue minus cost. So you cannot click on cost first. So you have to click on the revenue variable here and then press your control key down and come and press cost like this. Now the next thing is you have to create a new column, add a new column, so that new column will hold the results of cost, revenue minus cost. So we come on top here after we have highlighted the two columns in that particular order, revenue first before cost, and come and click on add column. And so a new column has been created. And now we can now come down here and see statistics. We can see standards. So we go with the standard calculator, then click down here and say subtract. So it means we are subtracting cost from revenue. So we simply just click that. And then you see that the results is, at the back here. The result is, at the back here. So this is now our profit. So we need to rename it. It's not subtraction. We need to rename the variable and call it profit. And so this is our profit before tax, but let's just leave it at profit. And then when we are done with that, we need to drag it all the way to where it's supposed to be. We should drag it closer to where we have but all these empty columns, I don't know what they are doing, so I'm going to delete them. So I will take this out, take another one out, take this column 11 out, and then take this very last one out. So now we can drag this and let it follow revenue, cost, and then profit. So to do that, simply press your control key down and then just drag it all the way to this point. And so it will simply follow. So we now have revenue, cost, and then profit. And then we are good to go. The next thing is, we see this is the order date, delivery date. How long did it take? If somebody ordered, how long did it take for the order to be delivered? You see, we can also calculate that. But to be able to do that, you notice that we are dealing with dates here. So we are going to subtract delivery date from order date to see how long it took for the order to be delivered. So I'm going to click here, press your control key down, and then come and also highlight the order variable. But when you come here, you notice that on top there, the statistics are there, but the standard is off because it's not finding difficult to be able to subtract dates. So what we can do is to convert the date into, let's say, we should convert the date into numbers. So I'm simply going to say, come and click on the calendar, and then you will see whole numbers. So we convert it into whole numbers. Then this place too, we can convert it into whole numbers, and then we can now perform the subtraction. So this is already highlighted. This variable is already highlighted. Press your control key down, come and also highlight the order date. And now when you come, you can see that the statistics is over there. But let's add a column so that it can hold the new data. So we now come and click on the statistics and now come and say subtract. So we are subtracting delivery date from the order date to be able to see how long it took. So we subtract. And so we can see the new variable is actually here. So let's read the new variable, and that's going to give us delivery. So we can call that delays in a delivery. And then that's all. So the next is, let's drag it and let it be closer to the deliveries. So we simply press our control key down as usual, and then you simply drag it to, I think, this point. And that's it. So we now have order date, delivery date, and then we come here and we have the delays, how long it took. Now we need to convert the order and the delivery. They are now whole numbers. We need to convert them back to date. And to do that, come and just click on any of them, or the variable, right click on it, and you can see change type. So we come back. When you change type, come and follow, you see decimals, come to date. So it will convert it back to date. The same thing, come and click here, right click, come to change type, go all the way to date, and then convert it to date. So now leaving only this variable, which is over there. Now, the revenue, the costs, and the profit, they are, so let's highlight this, highlight that, and highlight this. Then right click, and then come and say change type. We are looking at currency, so that we can add the currency values to it. So you see that now it's in dollars. I can change it to Ghana cedis if you so wish, and then that will be fine. So when somebody says, you know that the variable is in currency, this one, the other variable that are there are not in currency. These are unit. What is the total unit? So now, when we reach this particular point, I think we've transformed the data to any point that we need. If we don't need this delivery information, we can actually take it out. Now, the most important thing you need to know is all the steps we have taken here are much more of like macros, in such a way that Power Query has recorded everything. As you can see, all of them are here. Let me show you one example. Let's say we don't need this variable, delivery status, whether it was delivered, not delivered. So we can come here and click on that, and then right click on it and say remove. So you see that that variable is not there. But when we come down here, that's what is hiding around here. We can actually just undo it. So to undo is come and click on this X, and then it will come back. So it's back. If you check, you see that it is back here. And then that's how it is. Now, if you have done all the transformation, if you want to do all the calculation, mathematical calculation, and everything is done and it's in order of how you want it, now you go back to your home tab. As you can see, home tab here, then click on that, and then you can see close, and then load, close and load. Now we can close everything and load it. But the transformation and everything that we have done, the cleaning that we have done, Power Query has kept note of all of it, and they are all here. So that's it. Now I didn't show you this span. You see this particular area is also the information. This is the actual folder from which we are working on, and so it is here. I just decided to hide it from there. So now everything is done and good. So we come and click here, close and load. Then we close it. Sorry. So we're closing it and loading. And so wait a little bit, it's going to load. And yes, our data is loaded now. So if you check, notice that we have cleaned the data to the point that we need. So if you come to the order, let's click here, see that we have 2021, 2022, 2023. Our data is now ready for analysis. Now, we can put some analysis with this in such a way that when new data comes, we don't have to go through all kinds of analysis again. It will just update it by itself. Let me show you how that works. But before I show you that one, let's look at this. The actual folder from which we are working on is here. That's the Jata Cement. This is the directory from which we are doing all the. So in case you have loaded the data and realize some mistake, you can still come there, right click on that and go to edit. So you can still edit the whole thing and reload it all over again, and then you are good to go. Now, having said that, now come and click anywhere within the new clean data, and then go to insert, and then you can see insert, and then we insert the pivot table. Let's just say we are doing it in sheet, and so we click OK. And so you see that all the variables have been loaded around here. Let's say we want to look at what the order date and how much profit that we have made. So profit by date. So we look for profit variable, which is here, and then we simply come and give that one as values. Then the other dates, then we take that and put that one at rows, and then you can see. So in 2021, it made about, what is it, about 1 million, I think, or is it 10 million? About 1 million in profit. 2022, they made about 11 million, and then 2023, about 10 million, then in that order. So here, you notice that it's now becoming very easy for us to do all kinds of analysis we want to do. But this is the beautiful part of it. Now, let me click here and say we want to insert a chart to those who don't like numerals. So I'll just go to click here and come here and say insert pivot chart. So for me, I prefer this what the bar graph. If you also want, you can choose any of this. Some like line because we are dealing with dates. So somebody would like maybe a line or something like that. Maybe something like this one. Maybe it's fine by those. But yeah, because we are dealing with dates, it's always good to use a line graph. If you follow my tutorials, I've told you when you are working with time series data, it's good to use line graph. That shows a trend. So here we can see that what is it? Profit went up in 2022 and dropped a little bit in 2020. So let's just click on it, and then we have our graph here ready. And so that is how it works. So we can now be generating our plot from here. But the most beautiful part is what we are coming to do right now. Now, this data we have here, we have worked with the 2021, 2022, 2023. What about if new data has come from the same company and you are the head of data, or you have to report? Are you going to go through all the reading and clean and do it? No, that's the most important part of Power Query. So what do? So let's assume that 2024 data has come and we need to also update our records here. Now, what do? We simply just go back to our desktop. So let's come to this place, and you can see 2024 is here. So what we have to do with the 2024 data is to simply just drag it and go and dump it inside the directory, which is Jata's main directory. That's where we are working from. And that's it. So we simply drag it and come and drop it around here. And then, yes, it is now inside there. Come back to your Excel file around here, and then come to Jata Cement here. Go to, what is it? And then, so we have refresh. Come and click on the refresh button over there. Now, come back to the sheets where we have this. You notice that it is not yet loaded. Come and click on this. Go to pivot data and analyze, and you see refresh button over here. Click on that. So you notice that it has automatically added the 2024 data to it. And you can see that everything has been updated. See how the graph is now looking. So by the 2024, it has added it and it's telling us the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and the final quarter, and how much profit that was made. And then, so if you don't want to see all this quarter breakdown, you can simply come and click on this minus sign, it will fold it up, and then you see how the data is now looking. We're having 3 years, now we have 4 years. So if additional year comes, you simply just drag it and go and drop it in the directory where you have performed Power Query, and which then that directory is now Jata Cement. So when we go to Jata Cement and we come to click on order, you can now see that we now have 4 years instead of the 3 years that we were working on. And then this is the beauty of Power Query. After you've done your transformation and everything is set, any other data that comes, you don't have to do any cleaning again. You just simply just drag the data and go and drop it in the folder that was holding the data that you have already worked on. So it will simply just update everywhere, update all your records, update your graph, your chart, whatever chart you have done and you've connected it on your Excel or your Word, it will update everything at once, and then you are good to go. Imagine your boss, you are about to close, your boss is saying that, okay, we just got a new data, please, can we have some information about it the next morning? You can even tell your boss that I can even give you the information right now. I simply just have to go and rush there and go and drop it, and then generate my report. Everything is updated. And this is the beauty of Power Query. So that's the video for, or that's the tutorial for this night. Pause the video once in a while, and then you'll be able to learn. So if you now want to come and then make sure that maybe you are looking at the data quarterly, simply come and click on plus sign. So you see that you can look at for 2021, first quarter, second quarter, you see that where the profit was going up. So we can also come to 2022, click on the plus sign, and then you can see all the trend, what in terms of quarterly basis, and then in that order. If you don't want that, only yes, then you are good to go. You can also come here and then you are good to go. If you want to filter only yes, you can actually deselect all of them and select only 1 year and look at it quarterly, and you are good to go. So now it depends on you, the way you want it, but the data is not ready. This is the power of Power Query, and this is how we use Power Query. The next time, I'll be showing you how to use this button my cursor is pointing to. That is Power Pivot. And that one is even much more interesting. That's where you will learn relationships, data relationships. All right, so I'll leave it here and then we'll meet again. Bye bye.